Hey there everyone, it's Marie here from Nicole Designs, and I have the Spellbinders February Glimmer Kit to show you today. So if you look forward to these Glimmer Kits each month, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's take a look at this kit. So in the kit this month, you get all of these nested frames that glimmer your cards, and you get a few different sentiments too. There's one that says thanks so much, happy birthday, and then the last one is hello. So you can use these sentiments on all of your most sent out cards, and they look fantastic. Now, like I mentioned, these are nesting glimmered frames, so you have a ton of different sizes of frames here, going from a large rectangle that will fit your A2 size cards down to small rectangles that you could use to frame your sentiments or just different things on your cards. They all nestle together really well, and I think you get like 6 of these or something, so there's a lot of frames in here, and this can be one of your essential staples in your card making. And I also noticed that they nestled together with the rectangle dies that Spellbinders offers. Now I have this die set already, I use it all the time, and all of these glimmer frames fit right inside of these dies. So just to show you how all of these dies and glimmer frames fit together, I'm just kind of layering them together here. You can see they work together perfectly. So this gave me the idea of kind of going ahead and using the die set with the glimmer set. Now in the glimmer kit you only get the glimmer set, but if you have the rectangle set you can use them together. I've gone ahead and I've stamped and colored a background, and I'm actually going to go ahead and cut it up into smaller pieces, making different size frames from this background. So I've gone ahead and I've cut this rectangle out of the center of my background here, and then I'm going to go ahead and glimmer that frame that I'm left with. So you could do this with a stamped background, you could do this with pattern paper, anything you want, but you can make these gorgeous glimmered frames if you want to. Now I'm also going to take this inside piece and cut that down again, and I'm making 2 frames, and then I have that center piece there, and I can glimmer each frame that I'm cutting because my glimmer plates, my glimmer frames, are going to fit perfectly on each of these cut pieces. So I'm just taping down my die here. I'm going to take it over to my Platinum 6 and cut it out. So I've got my smaller piece here all cut out. I'm just going to carefully pull away that tape and that piece that I've cut out, and I'm going to start glimmering my frames. Now I'm cutting small strips of foil to lay on each side because I didn't want to cut a whole piece of foil and have it wasted on the inside, so I'm just cutting little strips. So you could do it this way. It's a little bit tedious, but it works. And once I have my gold foil down here, I'm just going to lay my glimmer frame on top of it, and then I want to try to make sure it's as straight as possible, and then I'll tape it down and take it over to my glimmer platform. Now I have a ton of videos on the glimmer machine. I don't show it in all of my glimmer videos because my workspace is kind of small. It's kind of hard to fit it into the frame. But if you want to look for more glimmer videos, I have a playlist of all of my glimmer videos, so I'll make that available to you if you wanted to check more of those out. So here is my glimmered frame. You can see on the corner there it over foiled a little bit. I've got some foil sticking where I don't want it to. If that ever happens to you, you can always rub it away gently using a sand eraser. So I have my Tombow sand eraser. I'm just gently going over those areas that I don't want any of that foil sticking to, and I'm just rubbing it away. Now this works really well. And sometimes you get a little bit of foil still sticking on there, but with the pattern background on my card, it didn't show up all that much after I erased it, so I was happy with the results and I went ahead with my card. So I have my outside frame glimmered, I have my inside frame glimmered. Now my inside frame, if you can't tell, the glimmer frame on there is a little crooked, but once I put the whole card together, you don't notice it too much, and I try not to stress about those little imperfections because these are handmade cards. They're not going to be machine made. They're not going to be uniform. There's going to have those little mistakes in there, but they're handmade, made with love, so I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm gluing down my first frame, my big frame, and then the second frame I'm putting on my card, I'm actually going to pop up with foam adhesive. So I'm going to get the design from the flowers continuing on my different tiers of frames, and they're going to be different heights because I'm using foam adhesive. So it gives a really fun effect if you wanted to kind of chop up your background, glimmer them, and then add them back together with foam adhesive and different varying heights. So here are my two glimmered frame panels. I'm actually going to leave the inside blank. Now I was going to put that last piece back in there, but I really like that open space, and if I had thought about it, I would have put a piece of plastic on the inside, make a window, and you could make a shaker card this way too. That would be really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and glimmer my sentiment. I'm using the thank you glimmer plate with a little bit of that gold foil. I'm going to go ahead and glimmer it, and then I'm going to cut it out. I'm just going to fussy cut it around the edges. I didn't want it to be just a rectangle. I kind of wanted it to have a little bit of frame around the edges and a little bit of cutting around the words. So I'm just trimming it up with my scissors, and then I'm going to add it to my card. Now this is a really simple design. There's a few steps involved with it, with cutting everything down, lining up your glimmer plates and everything. At the end, it looks like a really simple card, but you did take some extra steps. So it was a fun one to do. I really enjoyed it, and I really like these glimmered frames from Spellbinders Glimmer Kit this month. I think they're going to be a really great addition to my glimmer collection, and I'm going to be able to use them in different ways on my future cards. So here's the finished card. Thank you for stopping by today. If you enjoyed this video, enjoyed a look at the Spellbinders February Glimmer Kit, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, comment, just do all the things, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!